Mm. Smile, smile. Good morning. Oh, the sun was beaming bright this morning. How are you? Are you breathing? Are you comfortable in your seat? Are you feeling loose, barefoot, free? Well, if you aren't, you will feel that way soon. So, feet touching the floor, grounding into the earth below, feeling the gratitude for that support, the nourishment, the life force, and feeling, oh, good morning, Erin. Good morning, Jim. Feeling the unconditional love that resides within and all around. So just breathe and listen as you close your eyes, going inward. So smile. Remember that your birthright is joy. You have every right, every moment of the day, to feel joy, to live in joy, to bask in joy. So, smiling reminds us of that. It also releases the facial muscles from any tension, loosening the entire scalp, ears, forehead, space between the brows, where you can gaze, that inward gaze, that third eye area. Relax the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue, and just breathe. Isn't it wonderful to be in a body, to have this life experience where we can feel into life? So let's do a body scan, checking in with the entire body consciously with awareness using an imaginary scanner, checking in with the ears. What do you hear? What do you notice? And are they in alignment with the shoulders? And are the shoulders in alignment with the hips? So sitting up nice and tall, as if a string is gently tugging at the crown of the head, lifting you up as you ground down into the earth with your feet and those imaginary roots, just like a tree is rooted to the ground. Let's root our body to the earth, those imaginary roots growing down to the center of the earth. Relax the neck, the throat, collarbone. Check in with the shoulders, the spine, upper back, middle back, lower back. Check in with your chest, your heart, rib cage. Allow the belly to relax, the hips to sink into your seat. Thighs relaxed, knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. So we really want to sense the body, how it feels in this moment now. Mine is thirsty. And give the body what it needs. Maybe it's movement, Maybe it's just conscious relaxation, or perhaps it's release. So on the exhale, we want to let go of anything we're holding on to, anything from the past, or anything that's grabbing our attention from our potential future. And we just want to come into the present moment with the breath, using the breath as that focal point for the mind to settle. Taming the mind so that we have conscious awareness of what is happening right here, right now. Sensing the body, relaxing, hearing sounds, feeling temperature or air touching the skin, feeling the body melting into your seat. Upper arms relaxed, elbows dangle by your side, wrists relaxed on the thighs, palms face down or up, fingers loose. Breathing in through the nose, feeling the sensation of air passing through the nostrils, cool air. And breathing out, feeling the sensation of warm air exiting the nose. Smiling, relaxing, settling in, trusting this now moment, trusting life, trusting you are loved and you are guided from within, from your highest self, that self that is also connected with all, the source. So recognizing the mind, observing the breath, letting go of the past, the future, just coming into the present moment, feeling, sensing, being in a body with mind, body, spirit coming together, acknowledging the spirit, the soul, and being guided by the wisdom within. So just enjoying being in the here and now. So let's have a few minutes of silence just to practice staying focused on the breath, allowing the mind to focus the attention to one thing. The inhale, the exhale, just breathing. And letting go of any thoughts that come into the mind. Just observe them, let them go. Gently guide the attention to the breath. So it is a practice. It takes mental focus, concentration. But it can be very simple. So just allow the body to breathe itself. Calm the mind. Relax. Breathing in, aware I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware I'm breathing out. Breathing, smiling, relaxing. So notice how you're feeling as you breathe in calm and exhale peace. Just observing the breath, observing the mind settling, and not having to think. You just rest on the waves of the breath. And now, with your imagination, you can open the crown of the head, allow beautiful golden light like sunlight entering the body with unconditional love attached to that light. Love and light fills the body, fills your vessel. And it just pours in. There's so much love and light. It's infinite. It can fill the body, it can fill each and every cell, all the spaces between, and then pouring out into your energy body, resides all around the body. And expanding your heart, feeling that light and love, filling your heart center, beaming that light and love out in all directions. Just like a lighthouse, beaming your light, penetrating the earth, surrounding the earth. This love and light, this protection. So we protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a bit of boundary line so that external noise and external, maybe negative energy can stop at the boundary line. We don't need that entering our space that is full of peace, light, and love. So we protect ourselves first, protect our home planet, and send that light and love throughout our cosmos. All beings everywhere. Let there be light, let there be unconditional love, and feel that nurturing embrace surrounding your body. Fall back into the arms of unconditional love and light. Surrendering to this life, this gift, so that you can enjoy the moment fully, enjoy life, live your best life ever in each and every moment by being fully present, fully aware, calm, centered, grounded. This is what peace feels like. This is what freedom feels like. Lock it in. And know that this feeling, this state of being, is under your conscious control. It is probably the one thing you can control. Given enough practice, and of course, we're not exactly saints, we still have human emotions and trigger points and old wounds. So we forgive ourselves so we can love ourselves and let it go. Being human isn't always easy. And someone recently said being a saint can be boring. So stay interesting, stay alive, stay awake, have fun, live your best life, and be free. And that freedom can come in the form of feeling peace in the body, feeling that heart expand, feeling the joy and the energy of your body expand. Take up space. Your presence has a ripple effect. What kind of ripple effect do you want to have? So it starts with you taking 100% responsibility for your state of being. And sometimes we need help. It's okay to ask for help when we get a little off center. Phone a friend, ask your loved one, hey, I need a little help, feeling a little off. Or you can just come back to this seat. Focus on your breath. Come back to the moment, the here and now, where joy is always waiting to greet you, where unconditional love is here to embrace you. You are loved. You are divine. You are a miracle. And you have every right to live your best life ever. So we want to let go of the victim, of the judge. We can do that by observing the mind. It just wants to protect us from the unknown. And we can tell it, it's okay, we've got this. We're brave. We will forge ahead. Thank you for your protection, but I'm doing fine. So breathing in, feeling what it feels like to be fully present, vibrating high with this love and light energy, tuning your frequency station to the highest level possible. And live your life from that point. This peaceful, joyful, unconditional, loving state of being. Fly high. Let your soul, let your spirit soar. Put one hand or both hands on the heart. I love myself. I forgive myself. I thank myself. That came from a healer in Bali There's also a Hawaiian saying that if I can get the right order and all the right words, I will share it here. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Ho'oponopono, I think. It's a hard word to say, but I'll correct it later. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. We can always start again in this present moment. Fresh, new eyes, childlike curiosity, and this peaceful, joyful state of being to live our best life ever. Hmm. Opening your eyes gently. Oh, thank you. Yes. The prisms of light. Just lying in bed with the sun coming in the window this morning, I was paying attention with eyes half closed to the prisms of light on my eyelashes. Beautiful rainbows of light from the sunlight streaming through the window and just looking through these eyelashes of rainbows. Isn't that fun? That this is a magical place. It is a magical universe, and we get to play here, and it's so fun. And if you want to stick around, I'm going to continue reading about the path to freedom, this Toltec wisdom, continuing about letting go of parasites of the mind, the victim, and the judge. We don't necessarily, we can pay attention to it. We can acknowledge it, but we don't have to live by them. Or if you have to go, feel free to go. All right, so I'm going to continue. This is the Toltec Path to Freedom in the Four Agreements. And going to the core of those agreements is what I call going into the desert. So I'll back up a little bit. He was saying at the end of the last paragraph, the stronger you get, the more agreements you can break until the moment comes when you make it to the core of all of those agreements being the four agreements, which are be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So going to the core of those agreements is what I call going into the desert. When you go into the desert, you meet your demons face to face. After coming out of the desert, all those demons become angels. Practicing the four new agreements is a big act of power. Breaking the spell of black magic in your mind requires great personal power. Every time you break an agreement, you gain extra power. You start by breaking agreements that are very small and require less power. As those smaller agreements are broken, and these are you're talking about agreements that we may have made consciously or unconsciously that no longer serve us. So as those smaller agreements are broken, your personal power will increase until you reach a point when you can finally face the big demons in your mind. For example, the little girl who was told not to sing is now 20 years old and she still does not sing. One way she can overcome the belief that her voice is ugly is to say, okay, I will try to sing, even if I do sing badly. Then she can pretend that someone is clapping and telling her, oh, that was beautiful. This may break the agreement a teeny tiny bit, but it will still be there. However, now she has a little more power and courage to try again and again until finally she breaks the agreement. That's one way of the dream That's one way out of the dream of hell. But for every agreement you break that makes you suffer, you will need to replace it with a new agreement that makes you happy. This will keep the old agreement from coming back. If you occupy the same space with a new agreement, then the old agreement is gone forever, and in its place is the new agreement. There are many strong beliefs in the mind that can make this process look hopeless. This is why you need to go step by step and be patient with yourself, because this is a slow process. The way you are living now is the result of many years of domestication. You cannot expect to break the domestication in one day. Breaking agreements is very difficult because we put the power of the word, which is the power of our will, into every agreement we have made. We need the same amount of power to change an agreement. We cannot change an agreement with less power than we use to make the agreement. And almost all our personal power is invested in keeping the agreements we have with ourselves. That's because our agreements are actually like a strong addiction. We are addicted to being the way we are. We are addicted to anger, jealousy, and self pity. We are addicted to the beliefs that tell us, I'm not good enough. I'm not intelligent enough. Why even try? Other people will do it because they're better than me. All of these old agreements, which rule our dream of life, are the result of repeating them over and over again. Therefore, to adopt the 4 agreements, you need to put repetition in action. Practicing the new agreements in your life is how your best becomes better. Repetition makes the master. Okay. I'm going to start reading this next section. This is called The Discipline of the Warrior, Controlling Your Own Behavior. Imagine that you awake early one morning, overflowing with enthusiasm for the day. You feel good. You are happy and have plenty of energy to face the day. Then at breakfast, you have a big fight with your spouse, and a flood of emotion comes out. You get mad, and in the emotion of anger, you spend a lot of personal power. After the fight, you feel drained and you just want to go and cry. In fact, you feel so tired that you go to your room, collapse, and try to recover. You spend the day wrapped up in your emotions. You have no energy to keep going, and you just want to walk away from everything. Every day, we awake with a certain amount of mental, emotional, and physical energy that we spend throughout the day. If we allow our emotions to deplete our energy, we have no energy to change our lives or to give to others. The way you see the world will depend upon the emotions you are feeling. When you are angry, everything around you is wrong. Nothing is right. You blame everything, including the weather, whether it's raining or the sun is shining. Nothing pleases you. When you are sad, everything around you is sad and makes you cry. You see the trees and you feel sad. You see the rain and everything looks so sad. Perhaps you feel vulnerable and have a need to protect yourself because you don't know in what moment someone will attack you. You do not trust anything or anyone around you. This is because you see the world with the eyes of fear. Imagine that the human mind is the same as your skin. You can touch healthy skin and it feels wonderful. Your skin is made for perception and the sensation of touch is wonderful. Now imagine you have an injury and the skin gets cut and infected. If you touch the infected skin, it is going to hurt. So you try to cover and protect the skin. You will not enjoy being touched because it hurts. Now imagine that all humans have this skin disease. Nobody can touch each other because it is going to hurt. Everyone has wounds on their skin, so the infection is seen as normal. The pain is also considered normal. We believe we are supposed to be that way. Can you imagine how we would behave with each other if all the humans in the world had this skin disease? Of course, we would hardly ever hug each other because it would be too painful. So we would need to create a lot of distance between us. The human mind is exactly like this description of infected skin. Every human has an emotional body completely covered with infected wounds. Each wound is infected with emotional poison, the poison of all the emotions that make us suffer, such as hate, anger, envy, and sadness. An action of injustice opens a wound in the mind and we react with emotional poison because of the concepts and beliefs we have about injustice and what is fair. The mind is so wounded and full of poison by the process of domestication that everyone describes the wounded mind as normal. This is considered normal, but I can tell you it is not normal. We have a dysfunctional dream of the planet, and humans are mentally sick with a disease called fear. The symptoms of the disease are all the emotions that make humans suffer: anger, hate, sadness, envy, and betrayal. When the fear is too great, the reasoning mind begins to fail, and we call this mental illness. Psychotic behavior occurs when the mind is so frightened and the wound so painful that it seems better to break contact with the outside world. If we can see our state of mind as a disease, we find there is a cure. We don't have to suffer any longer. First, we need the truth to open the emotional wounds, take the poison out, and heal the wounds completely. How do we do this? We must forgive those we feel have wronged us, not because they deserve to be forgiven, but because we love ourselves so much. We don't want to keep paying for the injustice. Forgiveness is the only way to heal. We can choose to forgive because we feel compassion for ourselves. We can let go of the resentment and declare, that's enough. I will no longer be the big judge that goes against myself. I will no longer beat myself up and abuse myself. I will no longer be the victim. First, we need to forgive our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and God. Once you forgive God, you can finally forgive yourself. Once you forgive yourself, the self-rejection in your mind is over. Self-acceptance begins, and the self-love will grow so strong that you will finally accept yourself just the way you are. That's the beginning of the free human. Forgiveness is the key. You will know you have forgiven someone when you see them and you no longer have an emotional reaction. You will hear the name of the person and you will have no emotional reaction. When someone can touch what used to be a wound and it no longer hurts you, then you know you have truly forgiven. The truth is like a scalpel. The truth is painful because it opens all of the wounds which are covered by lies so that we can be healed. These lies are what we call the denial system. It's a good thing we have the denial system because it allows us to cover our wounds and still function. But once we no longer have any wounds or any poison, we don't need to lie anymore. We don't need the denial system because a healthy mind, like healthy skin, can be touched without hurting. It's pleasurable for the mind to be touched when it's clean. So I will read more of that, because there's more pages to that chapter. Probably finish that tomorrow. Oh, I hope you have a beautiful day. And remember, you are so loved. You have all this love around you. And you are a miracle. You are divine. Namaste. I love you. I see you. Have a beautiful day and have the best life ever.